Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another amazing episode of the Pitchside podcast. And as usual, the lineup is amazing. Tomi.
Yes, sir.
Al Capite.
All right.
How are you?
Sharp.
Hey, grata smiles.
No, na grata the oji manga mo ka modi
grata
social thing ka mo.
smiles.
Intolo wa ipula.
Agirigi influence agi. You know, the general Teko Modise. The general meeting no skasala mfana ka kena lo.
Hey, Teko, well done. If you influence how well done.
How kotsi ka influence.
What's
happening? Big game, man. TP Mazembe, we went there and we lost 1-0. Lots of missed opportunities.
It's a Champions League match.
Yeah.
It was if you don't take your chances in a Champions League match, you're gonna get punished.
Yeah.
And I was happy to hear the coach mentioning the fact that they didn't have a killer instinct in that match, and that tells you that in a Champions League you can't leave it hanging.
Yeah.
The sooner you kill it, the better, because some matches, Teko will tell you, some matches will think we have it under control. Until you find the goal, they scrappy goal, they score, and then the match is over.
Yeah.
There's no football in our matches where you'll find a team like TP Mazembe, where we mentioned before that they're still trying to rebuild their team. Yeah. It was bound to happen. When they score, they will kill it, and they'll make sure that they play it ugly so that you mustn't get enough opportunities in front of goals.
Speaking about the killer instinct, I mean, before that we played Super Sport. And although we walked away with a victory, but we did find ourselves as well in the same space where I'd say we lacked the finishing. I mean, we could have easily walked it 6-0.
But also, you look at that game. The reality is, you look at the amount of changes that happen.
Yes.
And no matter the quality of the players that you have in your arsenal, but rhythm, it's always going to be different. And you look at the changes that coach made, because I could see his frustration as well.
Yeah,
you can see there was not enough flow. The build-up from the back wasn't as fluid.
Yeah,
and then it disturbed now the momentum that we needed to create.
Yeah,
we are copied, and then immediately, it took out the Rook, and then he started introducing guys, and then Mokoena came in, and then Shiga came in. Then we started finding the fluidity that we needed, and then we started playing a little bit better. But also, it comes back to now to another thing now, Obankara, like the killer instinct. Clearly, we took it then to the Mumbai.
Yeah.
You get a Champions League game where it's a space that Mamelodi Sundowns is familiar with.
Yeah.
The territory, of course, we're not a team to speak about the fans. We're not a team to speak about the difficulties of Champions League. Now, we're there every season.
Yeah.
But then, if there's one thing that still needs to stay common is when you have an opportunity to kill off the game, like Hlompho, you need to be able to kill it off. And I think that we needed that game to come back and have realizations that are very, very important. Or okay, guys, we need to learn at times how to play ugly.
Yeah.
How we need to also appreciate the fact that at times we're gonna win very quietly, and we need to be that team. And I think this is a game at TP Mazembe that actually needed us to reinforce that. Or okay, sometimes we don't have to play beautiful football. We need to win the game.
Yeah. But now tell me then, when we come back into training, are we then focusing on the finishing? Because I think when you look at the game and the amount of chances that we're missing, do we then need to then have a serious focus on finishing? Because there's then always these talks of you have a coach for every department. Do you then need to start thinking about having a finishing coach?
I think if it's bad, it's really, really bad. You don't get goals.
Yes.
That's where you're going to try to find solution to get goals. But we don't have that problem.
No.
We're a team that out of 10 goals, out of 10 opportunities rather, you're still going to score.
Yes.
So that tells you there's a lot of positives. And I'll tell you, there was a match where I played in this team where we struggled to find an opportunity. And not because we didn't play well, but because the team were stubborn. But when I see this team creating so many chances, that tells me that they still have that quality to create chances, to make sure that they score goals. Of course, on a day, some players will miss opportunities, clear-cut opportunities, but that doesn't mean and the next match will meet the same opportunities. You'll find out a difficult goal, Peter can score.
Yes.
Or the young Mabena can score a difficult goal. But the simplest of one, he can even miss it. Yeah. So it goes back to the moments. Game is a game of moments where some moments against TP Mazembe can appear in the next game against
Yeah.
Mamelodi,
And then we're able
and
to
you'll
punish.
find So I think because they've got opportunities that I don't think they really have to revisit those.
Yeah, I've also heard, when you're speaking about it, that you should worry if you're not creating the opportunities.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because then, if you're not creating the opportunities, then that means there's no chances to score.
Yeah.
So rather have a team that's creating opportunities and missing them than no
That's
opportunities at all, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Because also that's a conversation other teams are having week in, week out.
Yeah.
We're not creating enough opportunities to score. So here the difference is, okay, guys, when is our killer instinct gonna kick in? Because once
Yes.
it kicks in, it's a Sundown that scores 5.
Yeah.
And on that 5, there's nobody on the hat trick. It's one there because Sundowns we don't need. So it comes back to that saying we don't need a finishing coach.
Yeah.
Because we don't have. Then how do you? If you have a finishing coach, then who do you train?
Yeah.
Because now Sundowns.
You can't rely on
everybody.
one.
You don't rely on Peter to score. You don't.
Don't like Kenya Ronwini.
He's got technique. He can
You know, technique, man. So it's one of those things. So it's football. Yes, the way Sundowns is playing football. It's opportunities that are created for everybody to score. So there then it you have more chances of winning a game, because if a team plays against Sundowns, but okay, Sharp, our job is to actually isolate Peter Shalili. It creates opportunities for others.
Yes.
And then if you're saying, okay, Sharp, I need to mark these 4 guys, and then Sailor Watla from the right position side, and then actually start scoring goals. So it's one of those things.
Yeah. TP Mazembe still needs to come back, and we'll meet them 3 p.m. at Loftus.
They need to pay.
Yeah, it's a different thing when you're there at Loftus, right?
You must camp at Sunnyside. Okay, be in Sunnyside.
Doesn't work. You were there when we went to Lubumbashi, not Lubumbashi, Dolisi.
Yeah.
Did it work?
No, but also Lubumbashi, they intimidated us with guns, though.
Yes.
When we went there, they intimidated us with guns and securities. And I remember they said to us, hey guys, be aware, if you win tomorrow, we might not be able to leave the stadium. I think a day before the game. But don't worry, we'll have.
But I like
security.
it. Mbagile said, no, I'm not scared. I'm not scared. And then the day of the match, he was like, okay. So this is.
Yeah, no, it was horrible. It was scary. It was horrible.
Scary, yeah.
But we moved past those stages. But I think it's at Sundowns also. It's when one thing that we can actually be proud of. We're taking. Our home games in Champions League, whenever we come here, we're able to win those games. We're able to punish. So a 1-0 defeat in Champions League is not, especially away, it's not bad.
Yes.
Because then you score 1 year, you're back into the game, you're in control. So you just make sure that you don't concede.
How important is it to win your home games then in Champions League?
Very important. Very important.
Yeah.
It gives you enough opportunity to go all the way, because then you make it very comfortable for teams to win at home. So we're not playing away, depending on who you're playing against. You can cancel them and play draw, knowing that at home you're going to win.
Yeah.
And it's important as well to keep 0 at the back.
Yes.
And at that, then it gives enough opportunities. But knowing TP Mazembe, it's no longer the TP Mazembe that we're scared of.
Yes.
With all the opportunities that we've created over the weekend, we just need to score 3 of those, and then we win our second game.
100%.
Yeah.
No. Makes sense when you put it like that, because we don't realize then the importance of having the home win, and then when you go away, even if you play for a draw because you've won it's good. But I guess we don't play for draws, right? No. I heard in the press conference, Press Rulani actually specifically put a journalist in his place who said, you guys came here to lose. And he's like, I'm insulted by what you're saying. Why would we come here to lose? Do you know how far we've had to travel to come here, and how the schedule has been changed in order for us to be able to play in these games and make it. And it also speaks to the importance of Champions League, how playing in Champions League and winning it is for the team.
But also with the question that the journalist asked, is the majority of how African teams are feeling about Sundowns.
Yeah.
So not necessarily that journalist specifically asking for himself. Because now they understand that the difficulties of winning Sundowns on the match in the field is very difficult.
It's tough.
So you need to poke, find
ways to destabilize.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the space that Mamelodi Sundowns is in.
Yeah.
You must be ready to get those.
Remember the story about the bird in the tree?
Okay, tell me about it.
If a bird stays at the top of the tree for too long,
okay,
it's inviting a stone.
Utlile ke mang ke mfotse
Ke diskolo tsa di drop off. What are diskolo tsa di drop off?
ke skolo se se feng sa
Tsa di drop off.
Kana ke skolo sele sa
homeschooling, okay.
kana ke skolo
Is that a homeschooling? Oh, baby, sir. Tell me about it. Because homeschooling, you've got enough time.
What's that?
I want a break, so you can use all those codes and. Don't worry, take a break. Yo, retro jam break. Nah, Montlu, yeah. They can tell you about that. Sitting on top of the tree, you inviting somebody hungry to beat you. Ke di line tsa gago go to inka ke gopola mo sa spiritoro nka go to Facebook. I'm sure we go Facebook na
Can't kenya la.
O tla di coach o. Ana ga itshwara ba tlo berekisa le bo sa tshwara.
Wa ke mo ye berekisa
Ra tla ke coach go Facebook mo tlo re
No, a re tlele. Kana ke thanks ke la sela. Ke fitela maloba ga utlwa.
Midlands High. Ke
Enyi?
Uzo Midlands High ke sure.
Sar Kenya mfethu. Sar Kenya.
Ke tla regular.
It's video tsa.
Ke tla regular ka di codes.
Hey, Hlompho. Guys, we're coming back to DSTV Premiership against Amazulu. They're coming back from a cup loss, and we are coming back from playing in Africa. How do we approach this one? Because the last PSL game we did play, we won 2-0, and we're playing in between two leagues. Makes it very difficult to then.
Let me just say, I loved the goals against SuperSport.
Yeah, amazing.
Ah, man,
Amazing.
it's like I was watching a PlayStation. You know, the movements when they're coming out in a match of that nature. That's a refresher.
Yeah.
Of course, we're going to another league match.
Yes.
A league match is kind of a match that is you have to approach it with a sober mind. So, the longer you take not to score, the longer the difficulty, the more it's difficult for you to score. And I think Sundowns over these past years, we know that first half they must score.
Indeed.
And they've learned to score goals earlier.
Yeah.
Because they know how difficult it can be for teams to reinforce. I don't like that word. Reinforce defense and make it difficult for them. But you're seeing a team that has matured in this period of the season where they know that the sooner they collect the points, the better for them in the coming round of the season, where it's going to be not only football, but a lot of things that will be involved. The schedule is going to be tough. But you're going
10 games.
Yeah. But I've got no doubt the boys will do the business. They have matured. They understand now that the schedule is getting tighter and tighter. It's just for them to give the performances.
Yeah.
And when you give performances, you win football matches.
Another record has dropped. 9 games from the start of the season, 9 games unbeaten.
Yeah.
And I think if we win this one, it goes to 10.
It's 10, yeah.
It's 10, which means now we've moved the bar higher.
Yeah.
And every
It's a new record
It's
already.
a new record already.
Yeah.
Because it seems like every other game we're playing is a new record that is being set.
Yeah. And also to remind the fans as well that Coach Roland, ever since he's been Mamelodi Sundowns head coach, he hasn't lost a league game. So going into that, even though he might not speak about it, but it's somewhere there in the subconscious mind. And you're playing against the team. Every game, every league game they're going into, you're standing a chance of losing a game.
Yeah.
And
I like the adrenaline.
Yeah.
Adrenaline is nice.
Yeah. So you have Amazulu that also they're struggling a little bit with the injuries. You have a team also that ever since they have a new coach, they don't concede much. They don't mind playing a 0-0. And after such a defeat, you can just imagine as to now how then you approach Mamelodi Sundowns. You want to sit back a little bit, absorb a little bit of pressure, and hope to come out on counters, and also look at also the turnaround times for Amazulu to actually go out and be able to play on Wednesday. So it's going to be very difficult for Mamelodi Sundowns, just like any other game. But it's important to win, because then what it does is then even though you get to a position where your schedule is so busy, when you come back you're still on top. You look at Mamelodi Sundowns they didn't play a league game for over a month.
Yeah.
6 weeks.
You know, other people have still been playing, but still, they were not number one only for 1 week.
Yeah.
Because of Cape Town City took over,
Yes.
but then again, one game in, then you're back at the top.
Yeah.
So, but also, you don't want to have that yo-yo moment. You want to start opening that gap, because then it gives you a little bit of leniency. It gives you a little bit of time as well to rest the players, to change the team around. And I think Coach Rulano will go into this hectic fixture that is coming in December to try and collect as many points as you can, so that you can allow other guys as well from injuries to come back.
Because we also then go into a huge break in January for AFCON. So I think it's very important to collect as many points as possible.
But break AFCON is not a break per se for Sundowns. You have 6 to 7, 8 players from Sundowns that are going to play in AFCON.
True.
You've got Peter that is going to play in AFCON. So now you look at, we don't really have a break.
No.
But then what it does is it opens up a space for those injuries.
Yes.
To recover.
So that Abo Mshishi, Abo Mukwena, when they come back, they're a little bit exhausted.
Yeah.
You've got guys that are ready to take over and be able to play.
Coach Rulani also then spoke about style of play to say, if you guys think we're going to be playing the same way next season, you have something else coming your way, because it's going to change. And we've gotten so used to, or rather we're enjoying chameleon football so much, but it's just, I guess, being innovative and moving on, because it's not like other teams are not sitting and watching and analyzing to try and stop this train.
I think Coach has done very, very well
Yeah.
since he took over as a head coach. Look at the Sundowns that played a season ago and the Sundowns that played this season.
Yeah.
The same Sundowns, but different in terms of how they approach football matches. They're still playing differently. Okay, the same but differently.
Yeah.
There are certain things that we didn't see last season, but they do it now. And when they come out, it's so nice. It's so nice. And they will do more, of course, because the coaches, they are always there.
I think the game demands so much more of players in this day and age, because if you're having to learn a new way of playing every season, one, it keeps it, I would think it would keep it more exciting for you as a player, because you're learning again. There's nothing as exciting as learning and grasping a concept and perfecting it like that, right?
Of course. I mean, it's important, right? It's important to always be innovative, especially when you're the leader of the pack.
Yes.
You get to understand the teams, how they approach you, and you want to always dominate and be better, because everybody's playing catch up. You look at how the influence of Mamelodi Sundowns. You look at 80% of the teams in the league. Everyone wants to start playing from the back.
Why?
Every team thinks that they've got a goalkeeper that can start playing from the back, right?
Yeah.
But it's not a bad thing to influence teams like that. But then is because you've perfected it, you're still gonna make mistakes. We still see mistakes from Ronwen.
Yeah.
From the back, trying to build from the back, even though at times it's 80% of the time is good. But then when you don't have the quality, that's when Mamelodi Sundowns can actually punish you because of you trying to copy them.
Yeah.
But also it helps Coach Rulani for in a sense you've got coachable players.
Yes.
You've got players that are flexible and versatile to play in different positions to be able to adjust. That's where the world of football is going. You can't be a player that is played one position. You need to elevate your game, and I think you have players in the team. You look at also the acquisition that haven't really kicked it off. You still have Maseko, you still have Nku that they still need to kick it off. So once they kick off, and I guarantee you will see a different way of Mamelodi Sundowns players, because those are out and out wingers with speed, and then so we have to play a little more different. So I'm excited to see how Coach Rulani is going to push himself and have a different identity as to how Sundowns should play.
And good players.
Yeah, very.
They easily get bored with
Genau.
because you need to challenge them.
Yeah,
every day of their life.
So
when
no borekile kakwa.
Guy.
Gang.
No.
Don't mind him.
Oh.
Don't mind him.
Don't
Almost say
Okay.
don't mind
No,
him.
but-
So as I was
What's up? What's got
No,
up?
no,
I'll
no,
protect you. If you are bored, it's okay to say I was bored.
At some point, Sundowns, I was bored.
Okay.
And then we started doing new things. We started training differently. The intensity started going higher, and then I don't like coming to training, go home, kisa khathala.
Yeah.
You know, because then
it opens you up.
Yeah, because then on the weekend I'm going to be asking my body to do something that I haven't been doing the whole week. So I remember also having same conversations with Coach Rulani. He was bringing new stuff of like, this I like, and I'll question him why we're doing it. But in some other teams, when you question why we're doing it, it becomes a challenge. If I gotta know you're challenging my authority, but no, I just want to do. I want to understand the exercise or why we're doing it, so that I can explain to those who don't understand it just like me. Because wherever you go, there's an element of being a senior player at some point, based on experience. So you want to teach other guys. So Limo. Well, Coach Lana went to Liverpool, I think, for 2 weeks or something. When he came back, he started initiating the counter press.
Yes.
Coach Lana. And we started doing this exercise. He was so pissed because it didn't work out. The balls were all over the place, and we were so confused. And I went to him because I could see he was pissed. I was like, why are we doing this exercise? Then he explained. I said, can we please do it again? Maybe now with explainer less. Yeah, because I'm explainer less.
And then Rick.
And then we started getting better, and you see those things coming off the game. Even when the free kick that we saw over the weekend, we had 6 corner kicks of how to take corner kicks when Ali was here. There was 3 years. So there's always been innovative stuff.
There'll be 1, there'll be 2 and 5. Oh, sometimes I forget number 5.
Yeah,
that's mine.
Remember, that's mine.
Remember everybody's but yours.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, I know number 2.
Yeah.
But my number 5, I was like, it's you, number 5. I was like, okay. Oh, number 5 used to give me problems.
Yeah, you always have to remember those things.
Yeah.
Nah, amazing. I think it then speaks to exciting training sessions, players that want to come to training, want to learn more, want to play more, because there are all these exciting things that we're doing. And I mean, when something comes off like the goal against Supersport, with the free kick, where it's an amazing.
From a training
Can you just imagine how pleased the coaches were? You know, to see something from the training ground actually happening. And I remember Lerona at times, because we used to watch so much video. And then when that thing started happening in the game, you want to watch more videos now. You want to improve on that. Because once, you must understand, the players wants to buy into the coach's philosophy. And as a coach, you want to sell them to the players. And once you've got a reference, or okay guys, you see I guess when I start showing you all these things, because look at the results. And I just saw the celebration after that goal. Because the first thing I watch is you see Ronwen running from the pole, going to the coach. Other guys from the bench going to the coach. And then after they celebrate, they come into the coach. So I can't understand, then get and I'm like, man, it's so pleasing to see. And luckily also, even after the game, he spoke about it and giving credit to all the guys that are putting in the work behind it, and to see it happening in that manner, because there's a lot of technique that goes into that. It's not just in JJ, because
like I practice.
Yeah, but it doesn't come off. It's different.
Match day is different.
Because more practicing, we have from a standing position. Gaming,
no matter. Maybe it's a breather, sir.
Yeah.
And
then
number 5. Oh,
number 5
yeah. You know what I mean? That's why one of the technique that kid used, and Ribeiro to have that nerve to
be able to control.
There was something.
But if it was a right-footed player kicking that ball, he wasn't going to be able to control.
Yeah, because then there's a difference between the outswing and the in-swing.
Yes. So it made it easier because of
because then it plays it into his chest while he's moving in that direction.
Because the ball is spinning this way, and then once you control it, it's not going to move away. But if the ball was spinning the other way, controlling it, it's going out of the way.
Another same stage.
Pass ya short.
No. Supersport leader 1-0. And then I just clip it. They were waiting for that ball.
For shoot.
Yeah. Clip it over the wall.
Yeah,
of course, and I think differently the kid.
Yeah.
He control it, dribble inside, and he hit the goal. You don't remember the goal? Don't worry.
No, I mean, we have Mr. Ngwenya here to insert that clip at
No,
this
I've got the
very
clip, I've got
point.
the clip.
You've got the clip.
Yeah.
Share it
If
with
you
us.
can't find it, umsendele.
Umusendele.
Yeah.
Ne? All right, gentlemen, thank you very much. Before we go, I do have some comments from YouTube.
Okay.
This one is from Umbonis. He says, I hope the whole of South Africa can watch the Sundowns Pitchside podcast. Maybe some of us will understand or learn. I'm grateful that you guys keep inviting legends to pass on the knowledge to us, the viewers, and maybe we can find a way to rebuild our national team. Positive stuff here. The other one is from Karim. He says, for as long as we keep winning, we'll always have content. Imagine if this podcast only focused on the PSL. It wouldn't be fair. Thanks to Kabielo for being in CAF, AFL, and everything else.
Hallelujah.
Then this one says, thank you to Mr. TK. You addressed a lot of issues here with class and elegance. I love it.
No.
Yeah.
Class and what?
Elegance.
Elegance.
I get Robona
Yeah,
have a
right,
sharper
right.
step over.
Ah.
We did it with elegance.
What's the
What's
Nasa sibatle. Wetsa. Kana ke ke sibatla. Ena le ge o sa maki.
Ke mona ka re fela excited ka body guys on sa step over.
How I wish give ke sense more of that. I think ke give overseas ne. Nana jo.
Hey mona overseas hlule mfanolo wa
Overseas nke buile khale.
Ka step over.
No, let's team.
Ke tseba raso batla step over. That's why ke mmotsa.
Let's team tsa loser thata.
That's why ke mmotsa ka step over se batla.
wena mona utlwile mauta re samaile Ndumba many years azanga dlalle Barcelona wena ka step over batla
Mara ne se le fana. Ka botsa Modise ko se ke le. Se le fana. It's just that coordination ke one the problem.
Yona ne short.
Cause alignment now and then. Magwegwe.
Masandawana, thank you very much for tuning in to another amazing episode of the Pitchside podcast. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave your comments.